नमस्कार। श्री श्री रामकृष्ण कथामृत। तव कथामृतं तप्त जीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमंगलं श्रीमदादतं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। श्री श्री रामकृष्ण कथामृतो प्रथम भाग द्वितीय खंडो and चतुर्थो परिच्छेद, the fourth chapter today. And Sri M starts the fourth chapter with a shloka from Mahanirvana Tantra. The shloka is Tvameva sukshma tvam sthula vyakta vyaktaswarupini nirakara pisakara kastvam veditumarhasi. This is the 15th shloka from the 4th chapter of Mahanirvana Tantra. Now, what is Mahanirvana Tantra? It is a dialogue between Lord Shiva, the Mahadeva, and his divine consort Shakti, Parvati, Uma. And Mahadeva, Lord Shiva, has explained various aspects of the Tantra sadhana. He has also recited several hymns glorifying his divine Shakti. And Tvamev, this 15th shloka is one of those glories that Lord Shiva is singing for his divine consort, the primordial Shakti in the form of Parvati or Uma. Tvameva sukshma tvam sthula. You are subtle and the kind of invisible, but still present in that subtle form. You are subtle, tvam sthula, and you are also gross. As a primordial energy, you are sukshma. But as my consort, you are in a form, you are sthula. Vyakta avyakta swarupini. You manifest as well as you are in unmanifested form. You are hidden, you are veiled. You are invisible. Nirakara pisakara. As a primordial power, you don't have any form. You are a formless entity. But you also have form. Kastvam veditumarhati. Who has the capacity to explain you? Who has the capacity to know you? Who has the capacity to understand you? Unless, like our Ma says, unless she herself removes this veil of ignorance from the mind of the devotee. Nobody. And Lord Mahadev himself telling it to the Adya Shakti, to the divine primordial power. Who has the capacity to know you? And why Sri M has included this shloka here? Because Sri Ramakrishna is going to tell us in great details about the Shakti, about the Shakti aspect of Brahman, of the ultimate reality. Now, in the 3rd chapter, we have seen Sri Ramakrishna teaching us that all those paths of knowledge, of yoga, of devotion, they may look different paths. The roads may look different. Like the path of knowledge, somebody might feel it to be too intricate. Who will get into that hassle? Somebody may feel the path of devotion to be so easy. You just surrender yourself to God. But that's what people feel it is easy. Surrendering to God is not easy at all. You may hypocritically surrender yourself to God. Say, okay, I have surrendered myself. But in reality, have you surrendered? Just ask. Are you the Das of the Lord? Are you the Hanuman of Sri Ram? That with the faith in his Lord, he could jump over the ocean. So all those who claim themselves to be devotees, bhakta, are they true bhakta, or are they bhaktas just for convenience and for bargaining? Lord, I am doing your puja, I am worshipping you, you are my Lord, give me this, give me that. Are we that sort of bhakta? Or we are bhakta like Hanuman, or we are bhakta like Prahlad, that total dependence, total surrender. So that is path of bhakti. Some people may think it is very easy path. And then again the path of yoga. The yoga where the aspirant, he is trying to bring in the union between the Jivatman and the Paramatman. The union, that is yoga between Jivatma and Paramatma. So these three paths of knowledge, saying Aham Brahmosmi, saying Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya, or the path of devotion. You are my mother, I am your child. Wholeheartedly, with full dedication. You are my father, I am your son, I am your daughter. You are my master, I am your servant. That attitude. You are the whole, I am just a tiny part of yours. But even if I am tiny, I am your part. I am your part. Or effort, attempt to unionize this, to bring the union of this Jivatma which is sitting inside this cold, the pillowcase, with the Paramatma. All these paths, they may look different, but Sri Ramakrishna tells us, all the destination of all these three paths is one and the same. You go. You eat like this, or you eat like this, or you eat with spoon. You are eating. The destination is same. So, whichever path you follow, be devoted to that. Be dedicated on that path. And now, in this chapter, the fourth chapter, Sri Ramakrishna is going to tell us about the harmony. You see, entire teaching of Sri Ramakrishna is nothing but harmony. Whether it is harmony of religions, whether it is harmony of different practices followed under the same religion. The Advaita, Vishishtadvaita, Dvaita part under Hinduism, under Sanatana Dharma, under Vedanta. Harmonizing everything. According to Sri Ramakrishna, there is no diversity. It may look different, but the destination of all those practices, the objective and the final goal of all these practices is one and the same. Now Thakur is talking about Vedo Tontrer Shomanvoy, the harmony between Veda, that is the knowledge part, and the Tantra, the Jnana Kanda and the Karma Kanda of the Vedanta, of the Vedas. And Adya Shaktir Aishwarya, the glory of the primordial energy, primordial power, the divine power. And that's why this shlok from Mahanirvana Tantra, where Lord Shiva, Mahadeva, is singing in the praise of, singing the glory of the Shakti. And now, let us come to the fourth chapter. এদিকে আগ্নেয়পুর কলিকাতার অভিমুখে চলিতেছে। ঘোরের মধ্যে শ্রী রামকৃষ্ণকে যাহারা দর্শন ও তাহার অমৃতময়ী কথা শ্রবণ করিতেছে, তাহারা জাহাজ চলিতেছে কিনা এই কথা জানিতেও পারলেন না। ভ্রমর পুষ্পে বসিলে আর কি ভন ভন করে? So Sri M is describing the happenings that are going on that steamer where Sri Ramakrishna, Keshav, M and other devotees, they are present. Edike Agniapot is a steamer, the steamboat, the one which runs on fire, Agni. Edike Agniapot Kalikatar Obimukhe Choliteche. So the steamer on its way is going on its way to Calcutta. Kolikatar Obimukhe, in the direction of Calcutta. ঘোরের মধ্যে শ্রী রামকৃষ্ণকে যাহারা দর্শন ও তাহার অমৃতময়ী কথা শ্রবণ করিতেছেন. In that cabin, there were some devotees sitting in the cabin, with Sri Ramakrishna sitting on one chair, Keshav on another chair, Vijay on another chair, then remaining devotees sitting on the floor, and some devotees who couldn't even find a space in the cabin. They were standing outside and keenly listening to Sri Ramakrishna's nectar-like words. O jahara Sri Ramakrishna ke jahara darshan ও তাহার অমৃতময় কথা শ্রবণ করিতেছেন, having the serene vision, the serene sight of Sri Ramakrishna and listening to his nectar-like words. For those devotees, they were তাহারা জাহাজ চলিতেছে কিনা এই কথা জানিতেও পারলেন না. They were so engrossed in Sri Ramakrishna's talk, they were not even aware. They couldn't even realize whether that steamer is moving ahead or not. For them, Sri Ramakrishna and his nectar-like words, that was the only moment of present. That was the only reality for that moment. They were not bothered. They were not realizing even whether the steamer is going and they are going towards Calcutta or not. The devotees didn't have that sense of reality at all. They were just engrossed in Sri Ramakrishna's talk. Krome Poth Dakshineshwar Charail. Now Sri M has also mentioned one beautiful thing here. Bhromor pushpe boshile ar ki bhon bhon kore. The honeybee. Till when you will see that humming sound? Only till that bee is flying above the flower. But once that bee sits on the flower, do you hear any buzzing? No. The bee is totally engrossed in sipping that nectar from the flower. No buzzing anymore. No talk anymore. No noise anymore. No, just concentration and sipping the nectar, collecting the nectar from the flower. Likewise, these devotees, all the buzzing of the bees had stopped, as if they were so quiet. It was a pin drop silence. All the buzzing had stopped. The moment Sri Ramakrishna started talking, the moment a bee sits on a flower, its buzzing stops. So Sri M is narrating that scenario, what is happening there on the steamer in the cabin with Sri Ramakrishna and the devotees. Krome Poth Dakshineshwar Charail সুন্দর দেবালয়ের ছবি দৃশ্যপটের বহির্ভূত হইল। पोतचक्र বিক্ষুব্ধ নীলাম গঙ্গাবারী তরঙ্গায়িত ফেনিল কল্লোল পূর্ণ হইতে লাগিল। ভক্তদের করণে সে কল্লোল আর পৌঁছিল না। তাহারা মুক্ত হইয়া দেখিতেছেন। সহাস্যবদন আনন্দময় প্রেমানুরঞ্জিত নয়ন প্রিয় দর্শন অদ্ভুত এক যোগী। তাহারা মুক্ত হইয়া দেখিতেছেন সর্বত্যাগী একজন প্রেমিক বৈরাগী। ঈশ্বর বই আর কিচ্ছু জানেন না। Now Sri M is telling about the situation of these devotees, the condition of these devotees who are listening to Sri Ramakrishna. What is happening? Now, the steamer has left Dakshineshwar. It is proceeding towards the direction of Calcutta, Kolikata. সুন্দর দেবালয়ের ছবি হৃদয় পটলের বহির্ভূত হইল। That beautiful dome of the Kali temple at Dakshineshwar, which Sri M had mentioned when they were all waiting for Sri Ramakrishna to come on board the steamer. When Sri Ramakrishna had gone in Samadhi, that time frame Sri M had utilized to give us a virtual tour of Dakshineshwar. So that beautiful dome, that beautiful temple top of Bhavatarini Ma Kali's temple, it was fading away now. It had slowly vanished from the sight. Bohirbhut hoil. Potachakra বিক্ষুব্ধ নীলাম গঙ্গাবারী তরঙ্গায়িত ফেনিল কল্লোল পূর্ণ হইতে লাগিল। Potachakra is that blade, the steamer plows. They were running through the holy waters of the Ganges and creating a murmuring sound. Kallol. The waves are broken into crests of foam. As those blades, they keep on rotating as the steamer is moving forward. Through that motion of the blades, the water, the Ganga water, is churning and forming a foam. And not only that, also the murmuring sound. ভক্তদের করণে সে কল্লোল আর পৌঁছি না। But this murmuring sound of the blade, after churning that Ganga water and creating the foam, that gur 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 sound, the devotees were absolutely not hearing it. It was not reaching their ears. They were so much engrossed in Sri Ramakrishna's talks, in his teachings, the teaching of three paths leading to the same destination. And the spellbound, Tahara Mukta Hoya, they were so much fascinated and attracted and spellbound. And they were seeing what? Sohashabodon, the beautiful smiling face. Sohashabodon. Then Anandamay, Sri Ramakrishna's face, full of bliss, full of divine joy, full of bliss. Premanuranjit Noyon, the eyes filled with love and affection and compassion for all these devotees. Premanuranjit. The love, the affection, the compassion is filled in those beautiful eyes of Sri Ramakrishna. Priya Darshan. Such a lovely sight. Such a lovely vision. Odbhut ek yogi. a wonderful yogi. Hmm. That is what all these devotees were looking at. Just that figure of Sri Ramakrishna. A beautiful smile. Hmm. The blissful face. The entire personality filled with bliss. Bliss of the divine. Bliss of the mother. Hmm. Premanurunjit noyon. The eyes filled with love and compassion. প্রিয়দর্শন অদ্ভুত এক যোগী তাহারা মুগ্ধ হইয়া দেখিতেছেন what spellbound what they are saying, what they are looking at. সর্বত্যাগী একজন প্রেমিক বৈরাগী. The all renouncing bairagi, the all renouncing saint, the all renouncing person who has left everything for the God, who has he's dispassionate for all the worldly things and all his life is given to the God. So সর্বত্যাগী একজন প্রেমিক বৈরাগী. ঈশ্বর বই আর কিচ্ছু জানেন না. This man, he knows nothing in this world except the Lord, except his divine mother, except the Brahman, except the Kali, except the ultimate reality, whichever name you may call. This person knows nothing else in this world. He doesn't know any bodily enjoyments. He doesn't know any bodily pleasures. All he knows is me and my Lord, me and my mother, me and my master, me and the whole. That is all he knows. এদিকের ঠাকুরের কথা চলিতেছে. Now, in this surrounding, under these circumstances, when all the devotees are spellbound and enjoying that beautiful sight of Sri Ramakrishna and his words, now Sri Ramakrishna's talk further goes on. In continuation with the talk in the 3rd chapter. Now Sri Ramakrishna says, Sri Ramakrishna, বেদান্তবাদী ব্রহ্মজ্ঞানীরা বলে সৃষ্টি স্থিতি প্রলয় জীব জগৎ এসব শক্তির খেলা. বিচার করতে গেলে এসব স্বপ্নবৎ. ব্রহ্মই বস্তু আর সব অবস্তু. শক্তি ও স্বপ্নবৎ অবস্তু. কিন্তু হাজার বিচার করো, সমাধিস্থ না হলে শক্তির এলাকা ছাড়িয়া যাবার জো নাই. আমি ধ্যান করছি, আমি চিন্তা করছি, এসব শক্তির এলাকার মধ্যে, শক্তির ঐশ্বর্যের মধ্যে. Now, Thakur has started talking about the harmony of Brahman and Shakti. Now he has started up talking about the Vedantists, the Monaists, the Advaitis. How they consider this differentiation between the Brahma and his Shakti. Sri Ramakrishna says, Vedantobadi Brahmogganira bole, the Brahmajnanis, the followers of Advaita Vedanta, of non-dualistic Vedanta, what they say? Srushti, Sthiti, Proloy, Jeev, Jogot, Eshob, Shaktir Khela. Srushti, this, creation. Sthiti, the preservation. Proloy, destruction. Jeev, Jogot, the life system, the world, entire universe. This is all the play of that divine Shakti, the primordial Shakti, the divine power, divine energy. Hmm. That is what Brahmajnanis, they look at life. This entire process of creation, preservation, destruction, and everything that is in this universe that has name and form has to undergo the process of creation, preservation, and destruction. This Sattvic has got born, creation. This Sattvic is living, preservation, and one day this Sattvic will die, destruction. So preservation, creation, destruction, this is very much within the ambit of this Prakriti. And what the Brahmajnanis say? All these things, they are just the play of Divine Mother, the play of eternal power. They don't call Divine Mother, they call it Shakti, the Brahmajnanis. They call it primordial power. Bichar korte gele. If you start reasoning, if you start meditating on it, if you start thinking about it, in more deeper sense, a shob shopnabat. Yeah, this entire thing is dreamlike. The entire creation, preservation, destruction is nothing but dreamlike. People come into existence, they stay, and then fade away, vanish, totally vanish from this Mother Earth. So, it is like dreams. When we are dreaming, we feel everything that in the dreams are so real. But when we wake up, then we realize, oh, that was just a dream. If it was a happy, joyous, pleasurable dream, we feel bad of coming out of that dream. But if it is a bad dream, it is a scary dream, then when we get up, then we are relieved. Oh, that was just a dream. See, that is how we take the things. And according to Brahmajnanis, this creation, preservation, destruction is also nothing but a dream. It is a play of that eternal power. Brahmoi bostu ar shop obostu. Shakti o shapnavat obostu. What does Brahmajnani say? Only Brahman is the reality. Brahman Satya Jagan Mithya. That is what Brahmajnanis say. And according to these Brahmajnanis who follow the Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge, doing neti neti, according to them, even Shakti for that matter is like a dream. Even the primordial power of the Brahman is like a dream. There is a falsity in it. It is not permanent. Only Brahman. So, this is how Sri Ramakrishna has started telling us about the harmony. Although this phrase, from the point of view of Brahmajnanis, there is a differentiation between Brahman and the Shakti. But in subsequent readings, we will understand that how Sri Ramakrishna has brought the harmony, brought the union, brought the oneness of the Brahman, of the Brahmajnanis, and the primordial energy, the divine power. So that we will read in subsequent readings. So now we just complete our reading here today, that Brahmoi bostu ar shob obostu, Shakti o shopnavat obostu. Shakti is also not a real thing. So let us meditate on this teaching of Sri Thakur, Sri Ramakrishna, and then wait for tomorrow's reading. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. जय ठाकुर, जय माँ, जय स्वामी जी।